of things, don't it?
This process took you, this is like a 2 or 3 week process right
Probably
here?
like 2 weeks.
2.5 weeks.
The majority of it was the research,
Yeah.
though. We had to do so much research and pulling from different sources.
Yeah, because like before this, we didn't even know how like a solar panel system even worked.
Yeah.
We didn't know the components.
And a lot of consultations with
Okay.
experts and correspondence by email and questioning.
So if you were to do this whole process all over, what would you do differently? How would you approach the design process differently to make it more efficient?
You definitely want to, I will, at least in my opinion, I would say you figure out your materials, like the definite materials, a lot earlier. So you get a system and you, like, over a period of 1 to 3 days, you get like a proposed solution, like, and you know exactly what's going into it.
Okay.
I think that would help along the process. Like, even like having you save the web pages of the products that you want. You don't necessarily have to buy them right there, but like knowing everything that you're gonna have early on.
Do you guys have something to add to that?
Yeah, in addition to that, that's probably what I would have changed, and then set deadlines for myself. I think that would have made us work way faster if we set our own deadlines.
Okay. What do you think?
Well, I would probably consult an expert earlier, a lot earlier, because then they can say, all right, so these are some problems that you may encounter, so that we don't waste time doing something and then finding out later that there was no point in us doing it. Also, like Gotham said, knowing your components early on, that way you can figure out how everything works. And then having somebody that knows the system is a big plus.
Yeah.
Okay. One last question. In this whole design process, I want each of you to tell me what you think the big turning point was to making it click. At what point did it click and you're like, okay, I got this now?
I think for me, from this to this, just that turned me. And it's just like, because like you can draw it out, and I mean this has nothing to do with our area of space that we have. And I mean you can draw it out. You say this is going to do this, and then you changing it to like the space we have, and like having all our measurements set, having to like put things, and having a scaled drawing, and then putting all the connections like with the directional paths like that.
Okay.
I think that's a big change.
Same.
Do you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Also, when we talked to Daryl, I think that was the same point when we talked to Daryl, and he kind of explained, and he answered all of our questions. That was a turning point for him.
So talking to an expert and turning a schematic into a real physical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you can actually show where this goes here and there from there, and that, instead of just saying, oh, well, generally speaking, it's going to go from here, here.
Okay.
Yeah. Yay, hi.
Yeah. Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Have a great weekend.
Right.
You too.